Hey guys!
Welcome to Trojan Tea Time, our last Trojan Tea Time of the spring semester.
Make sure you follow us at USC Student Life on our TikTok and Instagram pages.
Now that it's the end of the semester, graduation is coming up, which is so exciting, but it's also so sad because that means Rachael is graduating. But we want to take this opportunity to interview her on her thoughts and just get some insights about the USC experience. So,
How did you feel about moving to LA? Like, that's kind of fun.
Yeah. So I moved to Los Angeles from rural Pennsylvania. So coming to Los Angeles was kind of a big change for me. But I really enjoyed my experience living in a huge city. It was just what I needed to help my own personal growth. Yeah, so I moved to Los Angeles in August 2021. It's been a wild experience. I don't know what to say. One of my favorite parts was definitely the food. The food was delicious. You can get literally anything and everything in Los Angeles. Seeing all the different neighborhoods. There are so many little neighborhoods in Los Angeles. So traveling around those were really cool and helped me get an idea of the city. And I got to do some fun things outside of Los Angeles. I've been up to the Bay Area, which was really cool. I've been to Big Bear. That was fun. San Diego. So there's a lot of really cool things outside of Los Angeles, too, that I got to see. And then, of course, I live pretty close to campus. Campus is gorgeous, so it was really awesome. I went to undergrad at a very small school, and USC is a lot bigger, and the buildings were just gorgeous. Going to campus wasn't ever dreary. I went to a college that was in a place that was usually cloudy a lot and cold, and USC in Los Angeles was sunny and clear skies, so that was awesome. Yeah, and I made some really good friends with my cohort members in my program. Yeah, and now I'm gonna skedaddle after graduation. So it was a good time in Los Angeles, but 2 years was good for me.
no, LA is so fun. Always so much to discover here. And so, what are you looking forward to now that you're graduating, leaving LA? What are your plans? What are you excited for?
Oh, that's a great question, Shan. Well, I'm excited for my road trip back east. I'm going to take a road trip back to Pennsylvania, but do a northern route. So I'm going to go up California and then cut east, maybe through Nevada or Idaho, and then through like Wyoming, South Dakota, maybe go down to Nebraska, because I haven't been in that part of the country before, and I think that would be really cool. So go camping on the way, and I'll be back in my hometown for a couple months, and then I'll be moving to Knoxville, Tennessee in August at the earliest, to be close to a couple of friends that live down in that area. But yeah, I'm excited to see my family, though, for a little bit, spend time with them. Just gonna be chilling out, and then look for work. You may get your master's degree, but that doesn't make the job search any easier. So yeah, it's just, I have loose plans, nothing set in stone. I like, not knowing what's going to come next. So I'm excited for the many possibilities that I might not even know are there yet.
I like that. Yeah. What do you think is maybe the biggest thing that you learned while being here? Maybe it's professional, maybe it's not.
That's a good question. My biggest takeaway after being at USC for a little while is more of a personal takeaway. It's just staying true to who you are, being yourself. It may sound cheesy, but when looking for like your professional career or professional life, it's always important to stay who you are when you're in that search and in that when you're discovering like what to do after. Sometimes you may be in a situation where you're like, oh, I have to act a certain way or dress a certain way so I can get something. And I found out that's just not who I am. And I cannot change my personality to fit these maybe more corporate stereotypes. And that's okay. And so I learned to just be myself, because you'll find your bestest friends that way. You'll find people that you want to work with. That has been my biggest takeaway, especially because graduate school feels a lot more professional, has a lot more professional environment than undergrad.
I feel like we can all relate to that, right? Like, we're all like art people.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's kind of like, I don't know if I want to exactly work for corporate. So
I think even like, I don't know, even as an undergrad, like when you first come in, especially at USC, because everyone's so cool, it's easy to feel scared and feel like you don't fit in. But then you find your people. And that's one of the great things about USC is like there's so many opportunities to find your people. Okay, and speaking of resources at USC, Rachel, what are some of your favorites that you've discovered and made use of over your time here?
Well, one of my most consistent resources I've been using has been the workout classes. I had an experience last summer where I was at the beach and I was in the water and I found myself being really tired after like 30 seconds. and I said, okay, this is not normal. I don't want to be this tired. So I started utilizing the workout classes, and I took spin classes and Pilates and yoga, and I've seen a massive improvement. And it was I would go to like 3 classes a week. So I stayed pretty consistent throughout the semester. So that's been really fun, and working out with a group is something I prefer. So I did that. And then the other really nice resource I've used was the Career Center. They put on so many events all throughout the semester, and they helped me with like interview practice and resume reviews and the career fair, of course. So I even met with a career advisor to talk about, the job search process after graduating. So that was really helpful to alleviate some of that stress.
what is your best or funniest memory at Student Life? Just curious. I feel like there's many funny moments here.
That's a great
We have
question. Some of my favorite memories working for Student Life had been some of the event coverage. Recently, I just went to an event last week with our one of our student workers, Julia, and we were there together. And it was just really, I don't know, something about, it was for a Res Ed event, and something about running around taking photos with Julia and doing some bits and stuff was really fun. I don't know, it just makes it so much better. So any event coverage with another student worker has just made the process so much more fun to do. Honestly, anytime that Shanna, Cecily, and I film TikToks on campus are really silly. I mean, yeah, because a lot of the TikToks we make, we think are hilarious. And maybe not everyone else does, but we think are really funny. Just acting out in the TikToks are really ridiculous.
You want to know one of my favorite memories?
Yeah. Well,
The Doom video.
Oh,
Yeah. It's going inside and trying low-key, not to be caught by
yeah.
workers because it's awkward.
Yeah, another one is probably when we filmed the what you looking for? What you, because we had to do it 15 times. And there was also, I think, scavenger hunt happening on campus for children. And they came up to us and asked us where a statue was. That was cute. But, but that was kind of going on while we were trying to do this dance that I think we were doing it very ironically, but maybe when we posted it, that irony didn't come off too well.
The way they fully thought it was real.
sometimes people like take our TikToks like a little bit too seriously, and then we get hate comments. And like honestly, sometimes that's my favorite part. Is I'm like,
It is funny.
we have haters.
Yeah, like, well,
That's crazy.
imagine you're that famous and you have hate. Like, that means we're doing well.
It's fine. With my personal
Once I
account, like,
leave,
show
I'll
that.
be able to help fight the haters.
Yes.
There's so much hate in the world. What's the Demi Lovato? There's so much hate in the world. We need to. And she was getting like. Do you know that video?
I know that video.
Anyway, but yeah, all my favorite moments have definitely just been working with the other student workers, because they make work so much fun. We really help each other out. We come up with really great ideas with each other. Yeah, so that's been the best part. Is looking forward to seeing all my fellow student workers at USC Student Life. Honestly, sounds cheesy, but it's true. Oh, one of my favorite USC memories had been going to a football game. Crazy. I don't usually attend football games, and I went to one, and that was really cool to have that experience in the Coliseum. It's truly beautiful. That was just really cool. I don't know, it's huge. I've never been to that big of a football game before either. The school spirit was really awesome, and I really got into football for a minute. And I would not stop talking about how I got into football. That was a really good USC moment.
Do you have any tips for like any incoming grad students coming here, or just maybe college in general, I would say?
Utilizing any of the like student benefits that come with USC. We just did an episode on like free and discounted resources for students, so I'd really take advantage of that. I'd also advise on a lot of research into where you'd be living. So if you live like far away from campus, seeing maybe if you're close to one of the train lines or train stops, or if you don't have a car, finding housing close to campus, and just doing a lot of research on trying to find the best deal you can in terms of price. Doing research on like scholarships or grants or anything to help fund your education. I'd really stress doing that. Show up to class on time. Especially if you have like a smaller class. It gets really awkward when if you're consistently showing up to class 10 minutes late and making the professor wait. Also, you're an adult, so I don't know why we're doing this. These are kind of roast tips. We don't have to include these. Another tip, maybe close your laptop, especially if a student is presenting or your professor is talking. And especially if you're in a small class, because it gets very distracting and it's really weird that someone would blatantly like check out. And like we all liked, I like a little online shopping, but if you're like every week of class online shopping and your fingers are typing at like 80 words per minute and it's silent, maybe don't do that, because you're like 26. Like, I don't understand. All that is to say, be very conscientious. Be very conscientious of your peers and your professor, and just be, respectful of their time and the knowledge that they're bestowing on you. Oh, and make sure you go over your syllabus. It always applies to undergrads and grad students, but always make sure you have your syllabus on hand throughout the semester and mark down important dates. Go into your classes and have a goal of like learning, of being intentional about learning something new. Like, hopefully you will every time you go to class, but you go to school for a reason. You want to learn. I hope. Yeah.
Thank you, Rachel, for being with us today, and like with Student Life too. You're amazing. You're awesome. We really love you. We love working with you. We're gonna miss you. Like, for real. Like, actually not joking. Like, genuinely.
It's definitely the most fun work experience I've had.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been great. Who said work isn't supposed to be fun?
That is for real. We have fun. I have fun.
Thank you again. We truly, USC Student Life would not have been the same without you, and we're going to miss you so much. And leave any words of, farewell and nice things in the comments for Rachel. Say bye. Say bye, Rachel. If you're this far into the video, comment bye, Rachel, with a waving emoji now. And yeah, so we'll wrap up. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at USC Student Life. Anyway, so we'll see you in fall next semester, 2023. And congrats to anyone like Rachel, grad or undergrad, that's graduating. Congrats, grad.
That's it for now.
Bye,
Bye guys.